We will begin this lesson by going up to the word File and going down to New. Choose your playground. In the previous lesson, what we did is we created some artwork using the symbol sprayer. So let's bring that out again. Here it is right here. Let's tear it off. Just makes it easier to get to, really. That's all. If we come down here to this button, which of course is the library menu for symbols, well, there's a bunch of stuff here. All kinds of, there must be over 1,000 different things we can use. But I don't care if there were 50 trillion. I want sometimes my own. I'm going to show you two ways you can do this. One would be to pick something you like and modify it and use it as a symbol. And one is to make your own. So let's start with, say, flowers. I like the aster, so I click it and bring it over here. But I would like to modify it some. It's close to what I want, but I need to make some changes. So let's do this. Grab it, literally, and drag it out here. Now we need to break it apart because it's still part of the symbols. So we're going to click right here, the break apart option. Okay, let's go into our selection tool. And first off, I want to make it a little bit bigger. That's not big enough. And so I'm going to drag it out just a little, maybe something like that. But I don't like the colors either. So let's go ahead and zoom in on that guy. Just like that. Oh, that's pretty good. That's big enough. Next, I need to decide how I'm going to work on it. Now, if I come back over here and click on my selection tool, you will see it's in a group. Now, I could double click and go into isolation mode. I could pick up my direct selection tool. For some reason, I want to ungroup it. So I'm going to go up to the word object on the pull-down menu and go down to ungroup. If I go back up again, you'll notice it's got another ungroup. If I go back up again, it's grayed out. It had a nest within a nest of grouping. We talked about that in another chapter. But now it's separate pieces. Let's start by selecting, say for example, just randomly. I'm going to hold the Shift key down and randomly kind of go around and select some of these petals. And don't go too crazy, but something like that. Now you will notice my fill has a question mark in it. That means I've selected objects in Adobe Illustrator that are different fills. That's fine. I'm going to make them all the same thing. So I'm going to go into my color guide and check out my harmonies here and maybe try something like that. Nah, it doesn't work. Maybe come down here and you go, that's not too bad. I think I'll use that. Over here in the center, let's select that and come over and maybe make that a little bit darker. And I'm going to go to the outer edge, this piece right here. And I'm going to make that really dark. And you know what? That's what I want. That's what I want as a symbol. I'm going to go back in on my double-click hand here, and that'll take us back down to normal size. What we do next is very easy. Pick up your selection tool and select it all. You don't have to regroup it. Drag it over. This is one way, easiest way, I guess. Drag it over here. It's going to ask you, what is it? And we'll call it a new flower. It is not a movie clip. It is a graphic. We can leave everything else alone and click OK. And there you go. Delete the one we have. Pick up our symbol sprayer tool. Select it over here. And now we can paint all day long our very new symbol on the screen. That's making one that already existed. Let's go ahead and press delete. How do you make your own custom ones? Well, I'll tell you what. Have you ever used a tool called the blob tool over here? It's called the blob brush tool. What it does is it allows you to create shapes by painting. For example, if you want a bigger or smaller brush, you can use the left or right bracket keys. So I'm going to do something very simple. Let me just go ahead and click here. I'm going to come about here. I'm just clicking the mouse. I'm going to get a little bit of a smaller brush. Say get about here. And let's go ahead and I'm going to make a happy face. Why? Because I'm a happy guy. It's kind of weird, but that's what I want. I want that as a symbol. So I'm going to pick up my selection tool here, and let's go ahead and select the mouth, and let's make that mouth. Let's go back to colors, maybe a little bit more red. And let's select the eyes and make them blue. Don't that make your brown eyes blue? I know this is crazy, but I want that as a symbol. Same thing as we did with the other one. Select it. Come over here and drag it right over here. It's going to ask for a name. Happy Andy. All right. It is a graphic. Click OK, and well, there you go. Get rid of it here. Pick up our spray can. pick up Happy Andy and spray Happy Andy all over the place. Now, am I suggesting that you do this? Well, maybe not. But you can make symbols out of anything you want for unique backgrounds. Think of a maple leaf that you might want to use for a fall piece. There are a lot of ways we can use this tool, the symbol sprayer. On to the next.